Are you feeling uncomfortable, insecure, scared, anxious, a fraud? Well, if so, then you might very well be experiencing imposter syndrome. Imposter syndrome isn't simply a fear of failure, it's a fear of the inevitable moment that people will find out that you don't know what you're doing. It's the constant questioning about whether you belong, and the nagging feeling that you'll never live up to the expectations that you feel other people have for you. I know you might see things that I've done in the past, interviews, games, successes, and you might feel that I have known exactly what I was doing along that route. But I want to let you know that throughout all of those times, I was simply a girl following a path, just going with the flow, but never really knowing what I was doing. I want you to know that I get so nervous before I sing that I usually don't talk to anyone for about an hour beforehand because I'm too busy freaking out inside my head.
Are you excited?
Oh!
Yeah?
I'm scared!
I'm sorry.
It should be fine, babe.
And I get so anxious about interviewing people, or perhaps sometimes just even talking to people in general, that I overanalyze everything that I've said days or weeks after, wondering, did I come across as stupid here? Will I be remembered in a negative light? And now that I've graduated university and found myself a job in the games industry, which is something that I've worked hard for years, I still find myself questioning whether I should really be here and how long it's going to last. I basically want you guys to know that I have imposter syndrome, or I did, or I sometimes do. But why am I saying all this to you? Well, I'm sharing this with you because the way that I'm getting over it is by realizing that this feeling is universal. If you feel like you don't know what you're doing, you are definitely not alone in that. Ask yourself if you enjoy what you're doing. Not if you're good at it, if you enjoy it. And ask yourself if you're comfortable in the environment that perhaps you're working in or that you're living in. And if the answer to both of those is yes, and you still feel like an imposter, then my advice to you is to accept it. We cannot and should not know everything. So my personal interests lie in the creative industry, and it's been quite mind-blowing to me to see how many people have actually stood up and accepted and shared that they too feel like an imposter sometimes, and they don't know everything within the field that they're working in. It's interesting to notice how many well-respected people there are in the industry that actually open up about the struggles that they deal with. And since listening to those people, I've realized that being open and honest and authentic to your true self garners a lot of respect. Not because people are looking up to you as someone who is better or more knowledgeable, but instead because these people are able to make others feel like they belong.
I'm just telling you off the bat that I don't know anything. And if there's one thing that characterizes my writing, is that I always start from that realization. And I do what I can to keep reminding myself of that during the process. I think we try to be experts because we're scared. We don't want to feel foolish or worthless. We want power because power is a great disguise. I even feel odd calling myself a writer or a screenwriter. I do when I have to. I put it on my income tax form. But I feel like it's a lie, even though it's technically true.
If we live our lives striving to be perfect and to know everything about our chosen path, then I honestly feel like we've forgotten what it is that makes us human. I mean, a big part of the human experience is knowing and understanding that we are not going to understand everything. And that is what actually makes life so exciting. And it's what makes us as humans so unique, because we're the ones with the intelligence and the curiosity to actually try and find those answers, even though the answers might not always be found. Curiosity is what pushes humankind further, to find out new solutions to our everyday problems, to create unique ideas that nobody else has come up with before, and to push the boundaries of the knowledge and industries that we as humans have put in place. Because as a collective, we still don't know it all. And sure, when we try new things and embrace the unknown, there is a high chance that we are going to fail. But there is no success without failure. So the sooner we become comfortable with that fact, then the better we'll be.
I started to send stories out, and I pounded a nail into the wall of my bedroom. And when I got the rejection slips back, I would put them on that nail. And by the time that I was 16 or 17 years old, the nail tore free from the plaster. So I just got a bigger nail. And then when I was 19, I sold a story to Startling Mystery Stories. It was called The Glass Floor, and they paid me like, I think, $35. That was my first sale.
So to summarize this, it's hard to be perfect, but it's even harder to accept the fact that we're not. But once you become comfortable with that fact, that's when you allow yourself to become your authentic self. You don't have this burden of needing to be something that you can't bearing on your shoulders. And you can simply just carry on into the unknown and enjoy whatever it is that you want to do with your life. So to stop imposter syndrome, we must understand that we are not the best at what we do. We probably will never be the best at what we do. We won't know everything that there ever is to know. But if you're trying and you're doing what you enjoy and you're curious, then that's all that matters. And you shouldn't have the pressure of getting to the end and knowing it all to hold you back. Just enjoy the journey. Life is about learning, not about knowing it all. Have a lovely day or evening. Bye.